at which life is right now. It's pretty busy behind the scenes for us trying to get things up and running virtually. However, there is a time for afternoon naps, which isn't the case normally. So when we all get back to our routine, it's going to take some exercise and some recuperation time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're live. It's 3:30. So we're going to start off with today's schedule. I know some of you guys were on this morning already for the 9 a.m. meditation session. And then at 10 o'clock, there was a Tai Chi with Jackie. 12 noon, there was a karate class with Quincy. And then 1 o'clock, that one there was a little bit of a mix-up, I think. Perhaps Kevin and Alice weren't told that they were on, but I don't think they made it on. So we apologize to anyone that was trying to log in at 1 p.m. and wasn't able to get in. We weren't either. So
correct.
We'll hopefully get that resolved for next week. 3 p.m. right, it's probably just finishing, was Gig Psychota with Simba Lynn Harris. She actually hopped off our director's call early to do that class.
Yep.
And then 4 p.m., so we'll try and be done before that. But the 4 p.m. class is a kids class with Sensei Percival. And then 5 o'clock, there's another class with Sensei Sal Hai. So let's see if you can get on.
Is there anything at 6?
Yeah, and there's a 6 o'clock class with Sensei Johnston, and that's a Kids Orange Plus. And then tomorrow, for tomorrow's schedule, so we have a 9 a.m. Tai Chi class with Sensei Johnson, and that's usually for teens and adults. There's going to be a 10 a.m. Wellness Wednesday Pilates class with Michelle J. 12 p.m. there's another karate class with Quincy. 1 p.m. it's a workout with Sensei Sue. Or actually, that's a pre-recorded one, so you could technically do that one any time of the day you like, but it does require an exercise ball. And then there's my 4 p.m. mat chat. Anyone from here planning on being on the mat chat call? Always enjoy. If you can, instead of watching the mat chat through Facebook or YouTube, if you can actually hop onto the Zoom call, because it's nice when there's lots of people on the Zoom to chat with, right? Especially for the kids, because at least on the Zoom you guys can see each other's answers for the questions, right? And have a little interaction. Hi, Pranav.
So how do they do that?
So Sam's actually been pretty good at it. So if you go to the amadojo.net/live page, scroll down to Wednesday, and just click join class.
Oh.
And it'll take you right to the Zoom link.
And it's at 4 p.m., Sam.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
And then Sam noticed that Allison and Kevin's class didn't work again today. So
yeah.
I think that'll be taken off the schedule, just so you know. Hi, Ms. Mac. Good to see you. There was something else. Oh, Ainsley said, in response to my question, how are you guys all feeling? She's getting tired, feeling cooped up. Yeah. But she's learning to cook and bake.
Awesome.
And do it by herself. So she's doing it with mom and by herself. Way to go, Ainsley. Yeah. That's real world schooling, and you need that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And just remember, I mean, you guys can still go out in your backyard. Like today was 13 degrees. Go practice your kata on the patio. Right? You get 2 birds with 1 stone. You practice your karate and you get outside, get some fresh air.
Bake some muffins or cookies. Bake cookies. And then while they're cooking for whatever time period, 8 to 12 minutes, go whip out a kata, come back, pull them out, have a snack.
There you go. All right, so back to Wednesday. Where were we? So the next class on Wednesday, there's a 6 p.m. With Sensei Sal Hai. It's a family class, so all ages. And then the last one for Wednesday is this 7 p.m. guided meditation with Sensei Julie.
Yep.
All right, and that's, if you want to see the rest of the week, the whole week is up to date on that live page. And that is good for the remainder of the week. As for next week, things might be changing up a little bit. We've been talking with the directors, and everybody sort of wants to get back to a regular schedule. So we've been looking at our class schedule and how we could provide live classes based on our regular class schedule for Milton. So if your class, for example, was regularly on a Monday at
6 p.m.
6 p.m. and then you normally do another class on, I don't know, Thursdays at 7, and then Fridays at 5 o'clock. So if you had those 3 classes a week, what we're looking at is having those classes available at those times in the evening. So more people are home. People that have parents that are working from home during the day and you can't get on your computer because mom and dad need it for work. Hopefully, once we get back to the regular schedule, there'll be more options for you. So our plan is to do them one live and then 2 recorded. So for those of you who maybe hadn't figured it out yet or just didn't know, maybe more for the moms and dads out there, the way we've always run classes is we pick a topic for the week, right? So we want
an itinerary.
Yeah, an itinerary. Yeah. So that everybody that week is getting the same information, regardless of which day of the week they come or which time, right? So we want to try and keep it to the same format as regular classes. So again, we'll be picking a specific day in that in your child's or your class schedule that will be a live broadcast class, and then the other 2 classes in that week will rebroadcast that class.
Mm-hmm. And you may have a 4-class week, so yeah, we're keeping the same schedule.
Yeah, it's going to be the exact same schedule, but we also have to be realistic about how many instructors we have available that can do recordings from home, and if people get sick and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted to make sure that the live recording or live broadcasting, I guess, that we could do it, even if it was just one of us, that we could still do all the classes that we've promised, and everything else on top of that. We're going to be talking to our instructors to see who can help out to add in more lives. But we always needed something to fall back on just in case, right?
We talked about the pre-recording we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have some pre-recorded stuff in the system already, and some of you guys have already made use of it. So very similar idea as to the kata competition, where something will be recorded and you just get to follow along, perhaps with a little bit more explanation. So not quite as self-study as that particular kata thing, because you'll get guidance.
Yeah. And we can still schedule gradings, so we're working on that. So
yeah, we're going to do gradings the same way through Zoom. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. So right now, what I have to figure out between now and the end of the week is whether or not those live broadcasts are going to be through Zoom or through our webinar software. We kind of like the idea of being able to see you guys, right? Assuming bandwidth and all that works out, as far as the picture being choppy or not being able to hear us. If that all works through Zoom, then we'll use Zoom, because that would be the preferred way. Now, I do have a couple of requests from everyone watching. One is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I did post on our Facebook group in the description of this video the link to our YouTube channel. So just go there and please click subscribe. The other thing is register in our Teachable site. So how we deliver the links for the live classes, because we need to keep them protected so that we don't get spammers and what are they calling them? Zoom
Zoom
bombers.
bombers.
It's a new term.
Mhm.
Trying to avoid those as much as possible. We need to enable the password on the Zoom, as well as keep the link itself as contained as possible within our school. So I won't be posting those in the Facebook group, just because we do have non-members in this group. There's parents from kids that don't train anymore, and people that were potential customers that got invited by friends. You guys invited people, which is all great, but the classes are for paying members. So that schedule will be emailed out to all of our members that are up to date, and it will also be available. So if you are in the situation where you have suspended your membership for whatever reason, maybe you lost your job and you can't afford the full amount, there will be a weekly subscription on the Teachable site as well. Yeah, so if you could subscribe to that, the link is also posted in the description of the Facebook post. For our YouTube people, it's amamilton.teachable.com. I actually add that to the comments if I can.
So, any more to that, or do you want to open it up for questions?
Well, I'm gonna scroll down. There might be stuff coming in already.
Oh.
So if you scroll up, it stops showing us.
So this week there's still the live meditations going on. Yes, I will still be doing those, and we will just we'll provide you the link and how to get access to them. So those will be remaining, and so you will. So short answer, yes.
Yeah, the meditations are most likely going to be live broadcast on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They'll continue to do that the same way we're doing this meeting right now. Mm-hmm. So definitely subscribe to our channel on YouTube so you can get updates for that.
Yeah, so Vishal has just joined us, and Nicole has just joined us. Welcome, guys. We have some updates that you'll want to go back and listen to this live about, because we're shifting our live classes and schedule that's going to be available. And as far as I know, we'll be registering people into classes.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to communicate with you. We've got to do it in chunks because of the numbers of students we have, and then get you guys registered into your appropriate classes once this is all set up. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but just make sure you stay on top of that. So we do have a live schedule, Nicole, at amadojo.net/live. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, where your child can continue to do some live training. If you aren't aware of that, we're just referring to the fact that this particular link is going to change so that it's Milton only specifically.
Yeah. So again, just to recap, what we wanted to do, what's different that we wanted to do versus what we're doing now, is that live page is for all the AMA dojos, and it's sort of, it doesn't really meet anyone's schedule.
Got it.
So what we're trying to do is really cater to you guys and make sure you're getting the schedule that you guys signed up for.
Yeah.
Right.
And still progressing in your belts.
And it's really important that you guys are training, especially our candidates. Right.
We have one candidate on right now.
There's one candidate on.
Kabuto candidates on.
Well, we never know who's going to watch the replay, so
True.
I'm talking to all of them.
Okay.
Right. So when all this is done, say it's another month or 2 months, and then or however long, right? And then it's done and we're good to go, and we want to run the black belt grading. If you gain 15 pounds and can't run for more than 5 steps and forgotten all your katas, you're not going to be in the grading.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So you need to maintain your fitness. So make sure you're getting some sort of strength training in. There's tons of stuff out there. We've posted stuff.
Even your fitness eval.
Yeah,
just
practice your fitness
over
eval.
And over again. Run sprints in your neighborhood away from anybody.
Measure out 20 feet and download a free what do they call it?
Oh, it's called the beep test.
Free beep test app, right? Get it on your phone and practice your beep test for cardio, right? But you need to make sure that you're maintaining your training.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice, right?
And we'll talk more about that later. So guys, we're going to be requesting a Zoom call with all of you that are candidates. So those that were planning to grade for Shodan or Kabuto Shodan this year, we will be meeting with you in a Zoom. So watch out for that link to be communicated to you. Yeah,
we should have some more information by the weekend. So we'll set something up.
We'll get you guys up to speed.
Same thing for our instructors that are watching. We have a staff meeting. Well, we plan on doing a staff meeting via Zoom to sort of get everyone back up to date. All right.
Yes.
And then I think that's it as far as us giving information. So if you guys have any questions or movie suggestions,
so Nicole,
Mr. Dunn is on.
I saw that you're saying you're just trying to catch up and that you said thank you, you're welcome. Hi, Mr. Dunn. Do you have anybody else on? No. Okay. Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, this is the fun part, the coffee and chat.
Yeah.
Right. So we'd mentioned that we watched that movie, the Green Book.
Yeah.
Mr. Cody, one of our instructors, suggested it. It's available on Crave TV.
Really good movie. Parents.
Really good movie.
Yeah, such a great movie if you haven't seen it.
What's the other one that we watched? That was Apple. The one that we watched originally was also based on a true story.
It
was called Banker.
Oh, Banker was good.
Banker was good. But that was on Apple TV, and it's produced by Apple TV, so it's not available anywhere else, as far as I know.
Yeah, and now we're currently on a Netflix series called The Man in the High Castle. It's not the best to watch.
That's Amazon Prime TV.
Oh, Amazon Prime. Sorry. Oh, Nicole, you saw it, eh? Good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man in the High Castle is good if you have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free.
If you have Amazon Prime.
It's just that I have to say the theme is not uplifting. So if you're feeling kind of down in the dumps with the situation we're in, maybe skip it. Yeah.
Sam, are you still on there? Are you the one that recommended the movie? What was that movie? Onward?
No, Onward is on Disney.
Onward's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Oh, they watched it twice.
Yeah.
We watched it?
No, they watched it.
Oh, I thought you said we watched it. Oh, he watched it.
I watched it last night while she was at the hospital.
Oh, so anyways, yes, I was at the hospital yesterday. Don't worry. I was worried, so I'll share some wisdom with you. And I know for the most part, do follow and practice what I preach to you guys. But of course, being human and being distracted with everything that's going on, what happened yesterday was I was coming up the basement stairs in order to go to bed and realized I had the remote in my hand. So I turned quickly mid-stride up and then lost my footing. It really felt like a rug was pulled out from under me, but I guess I slipped and I landed on the stairs about 6 stairs up, crushing my ribs and my hip and my elbow, my neck, and kind of just crumpled and bounced down onto all fours on the stairs. So it really hurt, and I thought I broke every bone in my body and punctured an organ. My daughter, who's a doctor, said, just go to the hospital. And they did everything that they needed to do. Yeah. They were great. They were fantastic. They took all the COVID protocols. I don't have any symptoms.
And it was empty.
It was empty, but they even did a CAT scan with dye to make sure that I hadn't punctured my spleen and kidneys. And so anyway, everything's fine, but being distracted causes the greatest accidents sometimes. Yeah. So, and I almost slipped again today on the same stairs. So we're gonna put down some, because they're wood, so we gotta put something down so they're not slippery. And secondly, had I not been thinking about something rather than carefully going up the stairs,
paying attention,
and what that means is knowing where your body is. I know that sounds weird, but I was thinking about the remote, turned fast. I wasn't aware of my feet, really, if I'm thinking about that. So learn from me. You don't want to be going to the ER right now. I almost didn't go because I did not want to be exposed to any possible COVID at all. As it stands, you have to wash your shoes. I mean, you have to come home and spray down and put everything in the wash. And they were very, very firm about how I was to behave when I got back home to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
So
And if
you
you
don't have to
do,
go.
if you do have to go, just make sure you don't wear any jewelry,
Yeah.
no watches,
Even-
nothing metal.
Even eyeglasses, I had to
Yeah.
disinfect these quite well. Because watch anything metal, she said would last up to 3 weeks. So now the jewelry's in a safe place. I've disinfected it, but she said put it in a bag, and it's in a bag now for 3 weeks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you know, these things can happen. Everybody's distracted, right? We're getting tired. So please, just if you can, you know, I'm very, very centered most of the time, but it happens, right?
Everyone,
not perfect.
Everyone gets distracted once in a while, especially when we're tired and we're thinking about other things.
Yeah,
right?
and man, that was a hard fall.
Yeah.
Whew, scared me.
The lessons only get more difficult when you don't pay attention to them.
Mm-hmm. But
right?
aside from bruising, guys, I am okay. I have the clearance to go see my chiropractor, so he does emergency visits. So I am going to get adjusted because there's no fracture, but I'm not, like, I've got a lot of sore areas in my back.
Yeah.
So I will be good as new soon. I'll take a few days off exercise to rest, and then I'll be fine.
Yep. So there's a saying, I can't remember who said it now. Maybe it was me. I have no idea. Probably not.
Probably not.
When you read a lot, stuff gets stuck in your head. So the saying is, smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
Yes. So however that means to you, when I say, you know, don't be in your head, be in your body, it sounds weird because we have a body that goes with us everywhere, but sometimes we're not aware of exactly where our feet are. That's why you stub your toe, break a toe, trip and fall, because we're not aware of kind of where we are in our environment, literally the body. And it's just an awareness. And you can scan your body easily, or perhaps just be in the moment. Yep. So not thinking about the remote as I'm turning, you know, it could have all been better. So thank you, Megan. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And Victoria, I am all right. Yeah, could have been worse.
And as for the movie, we have it. We still have the rental, so everyone can watch it.
Oh, thanks.
And Pranav is on YouTube. He's asking if we've watched Split yet.
Could we find it?
We couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Where is Split?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. We've got 2 questions. So Megan, I'll answer you in a second. Pranav, if you could tell us where to find that movie Split, that would be great. We were searching for it. Oh, okay. Yeah. And Megan's question is, how do you get a 5-year-old to be in their body? Yeah, that's virtually impossible. However, you can start having a dialogue with them to build their awareness, but they are not fully, they're not fully formed yet, right? Yeah. So even from an energy perspective, when we're looking at Qigong and yoga, the chakras don't fully develop until age 49. So, you know, there's a lot to be done. Anthony runs into things all the time. Yep, they do. And eventually their awareness builds. So there's just different ways to try to get them thinking about it. And they learn through their experiences too.
Yeah. And the other thing to keep in mind with that age group too is that they do have an awareness. It's just in small doses.
Yeah.
Right? You can't expect them to be in their body all the time because they're still learning what their body is.
Yes, and that's a good point, Nicole. She brings up mindfulness. So you can do short mindfulness exercises, Megan, where you're having them breathe into their feet. And I would do that during our warm-ups with the 5 to 6-year-olds when we're in Mukso. And I'd have them breathe all the way into their feet and imagine their feet, imagine their knees, imagine their hips. And that actually takes them to thinking about those parts of their bodies. And that gets them into their body. And that was my method of grounding kids in the classroom when I would teach that age group. And then there's lots of resources on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So you can find what works for you. There's a ton of stuff for kids out there.
And keep it in small doses, right? Even the practice, you know, you have to set your expectations according to their age. So for a 5-year-old, 5 minutes is a success.
I'm thinking,
You know?
whatever the attention span is, you know,
Yeah.
your child best. 'Cause
Yeah.
with Archer, it would have been 30 seconds.
Child
Yeah,
friendly
and there are
ones, awesome.
child-friendly ones, and it's just about thinking of those parts of their bodies and body awareness, and then you can find certain apps that will help.
Yeah, and for
Oh,
our
that's so great. Or you can try yoga, kids yoga too.
for parents that have Tykes classes with us, or your child has Tykes classes with us, I did upload some resources to the Teachable site that you can check out. So there's
Yeah.
video classes that they can follow along with, and none of them are more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
whatever you're.
And it's whatever, like if you get through one thing, even if it's just the warm up, and then they're gone, that's fine.
Yep.
Right. You can, and they're not live, they're pre-recorded. So even if they pause it and do something else and then come back, or rewind it and just do that one again. And just as a hint for you guys, because obviously you guys are in the group, you guys know, I would only suggest doing one class the whole week. You can do it as many times as you want, but don't switch the topics. The kids really start to like the classes more when they know what's coming.
And they get good at it.
They get good at it, right? So whenever you introduce something new, that's when they're going to be distracted, spinning around, doing all these other things, because that they don't know what's going on. Right? So take the same class and rerun it as many times as you want. Like, you guys know, when they watch an animated movie or cartoon or something, they'll watch it 500 times, right? And you wish that cartoon no longer existed by the time they're done with it.
True.
So that's why.
Yeah. And I wanted to add, if they say they're bored, I got into the habit of saying, good, that means you're doing it correctly. Boredom is when they get in their mind again and they're no longer in their body and they think they know what they're doing. So there's lots of different strategies. I'll see if I can pull up some notes, different responses to encourage them that boredom is a good thing, and how you can massage it for your own child so that they know it doesn't mean to end what they're doing, but it means to get deeper into it, and how to age appropriately describe that to them is very successful. So I'm going to look for my notes on that and share that over the next week, maybe. Any other questions? Because I have a question for you guys.
Pranav saying Split is on Prime Video.
But it's not rentable. Oh, you have to buy it. Okay. Is it worth buying, Pranav, in your opinion? Is it a $19.99 one? Because I would have bought Green Book. Had I known then what I know now. That was a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, free's good too, but
Yeah. So while we're waiting for that, if you're thinking of questions, I want to ask you guys a question. How many moms that are watching, or dads, oh yeah, good question. So yes, Greg, you are still on for this Thursday, and then we will discuss going forward for next week. Your Thursday at 6 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay, should we continue him live? Because Shihan's going to be on at 7 right after. Yeah, because it only goes to 6. Yeah, he just has to make sure he logs out after he's done. So for this week, but next week, I'm going to chat with him separately for some other things we had talked about. Moms and dads out there and even kids, what has your daily routine become, or what are you planning? So I'm a little late in the game. I had to pick up, and I'm talking about education, fitness. How are you working it all in? I'm a little late in the game. I had to pick up Archer's laptop from the school yesterday, which was fascinating. I felt like I was a secret agent. And I had to show up at a certain time, and I had to glove, and I had to go through this procedure that the board emailed us ahead of time. Pulled in, I had to have my trunk open, and the principal came out, placed his laptop bag on a table, and then she went back into the school. And then I was allowed to approach but not touch the table, just the bag. And I had to back away slowly. It was fabulous. I felt like a secret agent. But anyway, I couldn't start anything schooling wise until we get all this laptop set up with his teacher. I'm just wondering how you guys are doing with your routine. Has anybody got a great routine?
We're back on again tomorrow.
Yeah, we're just getting some low connection on our side of things. So I know some people are very, very organized, and I've had to put my priorities in sort of getting those virtual classes up.
Kids run out of lunch.
Okay, that's great. So Miss Mac shares that the kids are on their own until lunch because she's got to work, and then she'll make lunch for them, and then after lunch they get an hour of schooling, and then outdoors for a bit. That's fabulous. And then evening time is just kind of the way evening goes, right? Very organic. Hi, Kamal. Hey, Pranav, you're in both places. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So for those of you who couldn't see, Pranav was just saying that the show or movie Split, it's sort of an action thriller / horror kind of theme.
Yeah. We'll read it. I'm not always opposed to it. Just depends. Yeah, Ms. Mac, thank you for that. If anyone else has anything else, we're going on. Yeah, we're just at the half-hour mark. We had one other person join us. So Kamal, you're joining us now. We've gone through a lot of updated information. If you could go back and listen to the recording and just fast forward through some stuff. We're talking about how we're going to be switching our live classes from amadojo.net/live to a more Milton only appropriate so that we can meet the needs of Milton students. But we're still just letting people know that this change is coming. We don't have any links or anything to give you yet. So if you could just go back and kind of catch yourself up, that would be fabulous.
So again, just for this week, the amadojo.net/live is still the place to go to watch your live classes.
Yeah.
And that being said, there is a kids class starting right now at 4 o'clock. So for those of you with kids that want to get on that class, I would suggest hopping off. We were planning on being done at 4 o'clock anyway, but you might want to hop onto that class and try and keep it as real as possible. So, even though the instructor can't see you, still put your uniform on, put your belt on, get it all karate-ed up. Okay, it's part of the experience.
Yeah. All okay. Right? Bye, Nicole. No problem.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, I was saying bye to Nicole because she's got to go off.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna wrap things up now. So share with us kind of what your organization's schedule is going forward. If you have any great ideas that we can share it with everyone, I'm sure everybody would be appreciative of any help in restructuring our lives. Hi, Bandeep. We're just ending things now. Good to see you. Hoping that you can listen to the replay. Okay, there's important information you're going to want to hear about the way the schedule is changing next week. Yeah. Everything remains the same on the live classes this week, but it will be changing, and we will keep you posted on that. Bye, Ainsley. Okay, well, guys, stay safe. Stay in your bodies. Don't trip and fall.
Yeah, and just keep in mind for our Facebook people, so once we finish it, this video is going to go off for a while, but it will, once Facebook's finished processing, it'll come back up. Okay, and our YouTube people, you guys should be fine.
Yes, Victoria asks if there's still be meditation on the new Milton only. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's not going anywhere, and it remains in the same place, Victoria, this week. So tomorrow night at 7, same. Just go to amadojo.net/live, and on Thursday at 9 a.m. Oh, and then there is, for ages 3 to 8, Cosmic Kids Yoga. So if you're into yoga, I think that's an app or a website you can go to. See you later, Zoya.
All right, guys, we're going to sign off and give everyone a chance to hop on to their classes for tonight.
You're welcome, Victoria.
Be sure to watch the replay if you're just hopping on now.
Yeah.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.